Look in your closet right now. If you have a camouflage backpack, a plate carrier, or olive-drab tactical pants waiting for the collapse, you have not bought survival gear. You have purchased a neon sign that will get you killed in the first week. The multi-million-dollar prepper industry has sold you a fatal lie. They convinced you that dressing like a Tier 1 operator will intimidate desperate people and keep your family safe. But in a true grid-down starvation phase, human psychology flips. There is a specific involuntary reaction that happens in the minds of a starving mob when they see tactical gear, and it will turn you into the #1 target in your zip code. I will explain exactly how to exploit this psychological shift to become completely invisible in just a moment. But first, you need to understand the brutal mathematics of the tactical delusion. In a functioning, polite society, tactical gear represents authority. It represents law enforcement, the military, or a highly trained citizen. It demands compliance and respect. But when the grid fails and supply chains snap, authority vanishes entirely. The laws of man are instantly replaced by the laws of biology. The only thing that dictates behavior is the desperate, driving need for calories and resources. When you step outside into a collapsed environment wearing a multi-cam jacket, a drop-leg holster, and a molly-webbed assault pack, you are not intimidating anyone. You are advertising. To a starving survivor watching through the blinds of a second-story window, you are a walking, breathing supply cache. Your gear screams a very specific, fatal message to everyone in a 3-block radius. I have firearms. I have ammunition. I have water filtration, and I have hoarded food. You are no longer a threat to be avoided. You are the ultimate high-value loot drop. You might think your AR-15 and your level 4 ceramic plates make you invincible. That is a cinematic fantasy. You cannot pull 360-degree security by yourself. You have to sleep. You have to eat. You have to navigate complex urban terrain. A desperate group of starving men with stolen hunting rifles and nothing left to lose will not run away from you because you look tough. They will track you. They will wait until you are navigating a choke point or until the sun goes down, and they will ambush you from the blind side. Your expensive gear will not save you in a coordinated crossfire. It is the exact reason you were selected for execution. So how do you move through a collapsed urban or suburban environment without drawing a crosshair on your back? You must master the psychology of the gray man. The true gray man does not look like a hardened survivor. The gray man looks like a victim. True evasion is about projecting absolute visual worthlessness. If you were forced to evacuate or scavenge, you do not wear camouflage. You wear faded, earth-toned, unremarkable civilian clothing. You wear a dirty flannel shirt and scuffed work jeans. You rub dirt into your cuffs. You look tired. You look hungry. Your bug-out bag should not have Velcro morale patches or modular webbing. It should be a dirty, generic high school backpack or a weathered duffel bag. You must look completely uninteresting, entirely forgettable, and totally devoid of anything worth stealing. This is how you exploit the psychological shift of a starving populace. A human predator looks in an environment looking for the maximum caloric reward with the minimum amount of effort. If you look like you've already been picked clean, if you look like every other miserable, starving refugee wandering the streets in search of a handout, the predator's gaze will slide right past you. They are looking for the fool in the tactical vest, carrying the $300 backpack. They will let the gray man walk right by. It is not just about the clothing you wear, it's about your posture, your eyes, and your movement. Tactical movement draws the eye, slicing the pie at intersections, walking in a heel-to-toe tactical glide, and aggressively scanning rooftops will instantly single you out to anyone watching. It signals military or police training, which immediately signals high-value gear. The gray man walks with a slight slump in his shoulders. He keeps his head down, avoiding aggressive eye contact. He mirrors the desperate, erratic energy of the starving crowd. He becomes a ghost, hidden perfectly in plain sight, blending into the background noise of the apocalypse. This does not mean you are unarmed or defenseless. It means your primary weapon is hidden under a loose, oversized jacket. Your trauma kit and water filters are packed at the very bottom of a generic bag, buried under dirty clothes. You are heavily armed and highly trained, but you project absolute, undeniable weakness until the exact fraction of a second you were forced to use lethal violence. The element of surprise is your ultimate force multiplier. If an attacker knows you are a threat from 100 yards, you have already surrendered your only tactical advantage. If they think you're an easy mark, they will drop their guard, close the distance carelessly, and give you the opening you need to end the threat and escape. The Apocalypse is not an action movie. There is no soundtrack, and there are no heroes in combat uniforms saving the day. There are only predators and prey. Dressing up to play soldier during a societal collapse is a fatal manifestation of ego. Ego will get you and your family killed. Shed the tactical fantasy, bury the camouflage, embrace the shadows, project weakness, conceal your strength, and remain entirely forgettable. Survive the dark.